So finally, here I am to review the Galaxy Buds 2 Pro. It's been a minute since I've been here, so let me first start off by talking about my previous video. I reviewed the Sennheiser Momentum True Wireless 3 headphones or earbuds. And if you haven't seen that, you can go ahead and watch it before you want to start this one, or there is a link in the description for it if you want to watch after, or at the very end of this video where it has the cards with the videos on it. I'm going to just link it in there as well, so you have 3 ways to go and watch that video. But in that video, I said that I was going to return the Sennheiser Momentum True Wireless 3 earbuds. That is a mouthful. I'm just going to start. That is a mouthful. I'm just going to start calling the Sennheisers. It's just way easier, okay? So, I said that I was going to return them and get my money back. However, a person with more forethought than myself, thank you, Wifey Poo, basically was like, look, if you return them, then you're not going to be able to actually compare them with other earbuds. Yeah, you've already done the work, but that doesn't mean you actually are going to be able to remember how well they really were. It's just easier to compare and contrast when you still have those earbuds. And so here they are. I still have them, and I still use them off and on. So, yeah. Thank you for the advice from my wife, because I had them, they were packed up and they're fixing to be shipped. I seriously was this close to sending them back. However, I'm glad that she talked to me about it, because it really will help. I'm just going to keep everything that I purchase, whether I like it or dislike it, so I can compare things properly for you guys. So let's talk some specs and what's in the box. These are IPX7 water resistant. So the earbuds specifically, meaning you can sweat and get rained on and they will work without a problem. On the spec sheet, it states that the buds can handle 3 feet of water for 30 minutes. I haven't tested that theory out, but I have dropped them in water multiple times, and so, yeah, they'll be just fine. They have Bluetooth 5.3. The earbuds themselves have a 5-hour charge while using ANC, and a 13-hour charge on the case, also while using ANC. Or without ANC, it's 8 hours of listening time and a 21-hour case charge for a total of 29 hours. So 18 hours for the first one, 29 hours for the non-ANC usage. We all know that we're going to use ANC, so just figure 18 hours of charge. The case has wireless charging, and you'll have extra earbud tips to find the fit that best fits your ears. It has an USB Type-C charging cable. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is download the Galaxy Wearable app. Open up the app, and then open up the case to your earbuds. If you're rocking a Samsung device, then it should connect to your device automatically. Now in the app, go to the earbud settings, then at the bottom, tap the earbud software update, and download and install that update. Once you've updated your earbuds, let's talk about a few things within the app. First, take a good look at your touch controls and mess around with them for a little bit to get comfortable with how they work. After that, tap on the Find My Earbuds and go through the setup process. Then, tap on the earbud settings. Now here's where you're going to get to your equalizer, the earbuds fit test, and a few other settings that you'll open up once, maybe twice, and you'll probably never open them up again. While we're here though, check out the Labs setting tab. And in Labs, you'll have the gaming mode, you'll have the double tap a specific area to turn the volume up or down, depending on which earbud you're double tapping on. I'd like to make a quick mention of never being able to get that feature to work. Not once. Not one time did I get that feature to work. So after you've done all that, let's take a second to appreciate this case right here. So, it's got a rubber-like feel to it, it's soft to the hand, it's easy to grip, and there's no rough, hard edges or anything like that. The case is really small, and so it actually very nicely does fit into my pocket. And realistically, for me, I don't really care about the size of the case, because most of the time this stuff sits in my backpack. And speaking of being in my backpack and coming to work with me and being touched by dirty hands, this is what the case looked like. But that's okay, because I could easily wipe this case down with a damp towel, and I just really appreciate how easy it was to keep these clean. They do get dirty, but they're easy to clean, so that's nice. Thank you for that. Also, while I am talking about the case, I'd like to talk about how easily these earbuds will fall out. If you drop this case, here it is. It's really... and there they go. Like, that really wasn't a lot of force. That it really wasn't. So don't drop them, don't shake them. They're not as strong as the Sennheisers. You know what I'm saying? So I just needed to demonstrate that. So let's talk about the sound of these bad boys. In my previous video, I said that the Sennheisers were the best damn sound I have ever heard. Well, Sennheiser, you've been beat. These things sound incredible. And just like in my previous video, when I was talking about how when the bass hit on one of the songs I was listening to, how it made me laugh like I was a 5-year-old laughing at a potty joke. It did the same thing. It was just magical. Just, you know that feeling where it hits and you just kind of get goosebumps. Anyway, and I didn't really trust my ears immediately on that one, and so I had my daughter and my wife listen to these headphones side by side, exact same song, and they both agree with me that the Samsungs sounded better. They hit harder, they had better clarity, they just sounded better. Call quality seemed to be good, not great, but good, especially when I'm standing right here beside this dump truck. Warning for all you earbud users out there, or headphone users, this next clip is loud. The person on the other end of that line did not hear that dump truck. However, they did say that I sounded like I was pretty far away from the microphone, whereas the Sennheisers did not do that. They picked me up great, and you couldn't hear the dump truck. So I do believe that Samsung could improve here. Whether this is a software problem or a hardware problem, I'm not really sure, but improvements could be made. All right, so let's talk ANC. ANC on these earbuds are still top tier. I'm not going to say they're as good as the Sennheisers. I definitely don't think they are. But here is the environment they have to go through. So, warning for all you earbud users out there, or headphone users, this next clip is loud. And yeah, these aren't meant to be safety earbuds, but these are the conditions they have to deal with. So here's another warning. Warning for all you earbud users out there, or headphone users, this next clip is loud. I just wanted you to understand that the ANC is doing great. It is still not Sennheiser level, but I mean, look at the torture they have to go through. As far as I'm concerned, if they can make it through this, that is great. That's top tier. So let's talk transparency mode. When you're using the transparency mode, sounds are off. Like, everything comes through like it's supposed to. It's a little bit quieter than I'd like it to be, but everything just has this, it's almost like you're holding your hands over your ears, not touching your head, but just over your ears. And all the sounds that come through kind of have this weird little, not echo, but distance. There's something there. And this is the best way I can describe it. And that's what the ANC sounds like on these. And I don't know why, because when I compare it to the Sennheisers, they absolutely are not equal. The Sennheisers are very clear. It sounds almost, I mean, if I didn't know better, it sounds like I'm listening basically through my regular ears instead of through the earbuds and then into my ears. So I don't know exactly what's going on there. Maybe it's some post-processing or something like that, but it's just not quite right. However, when you do have transparency mode on, there is something interesting that happens. So say there's a really loud sound, whether that be, in my case, a jackhammer or a drill, or the tractors backing up, whatever it may be. It shuts off the transparency mode for however long that really loud noise is. And for me, it's kind of beneficial because then that repeated loud noise isn't being repeatedly loud in my ear. It's muffled a little bit. So that's good. However, if you're a person who likes to go out in public with the earbuds on and want to talk to somebody, then you have this weird situation where there may be a sound that's too loud that cuts out this thing, and then you have a hard time understanding what the other person's trying to say. So, kind of weigh the cons there. It may not happen, but definitely something as simple as a backup alarm makes that that transparency mode turn off for X amount of time. And another weird thing is that the buds, like with ANC or transparency mode, when transparency mode gets turned on and off, they do it separately when it is happening automatically like that. So that's kind of a little weird thing, but I don't see it as a bad thing. Now I have to mention the thing that I complained about with the Sennheisers, and that is the comfortability of these earbuds. I wear these earbuds just about every single day for 5 to 8 hours, 5 days a week. And so far, they are just lovely. They don't hurt my ears. I don't have any ear pain, no aches. I don't feel like I need to pull them out and then just clean the crap out of my ears every time. They really do feel quite comfortable. So I would absolutely recommend them for someone who's going to wear them for long, extended periods of time. They also stay in. Like, again, I work a job that involves a jackhammer, getting in and out of a tractor, getting down into a muddy hole, leaning over, all sorts of stuff. And they stayed in my ears really, really well, just like the Sennheisers did. So high five to Samsung on that one. So speaking of wearing them for 5 to 8 hours every day, this is when I like to talk a little bit about the battery life. So if ANC is on, they say that they have 5 hours of listening time. Quite frankly, I get roughly about 7 hours of in-ear not charging them time, and not always am I listening to music or a podcast or an audiobook. Sometimes I just have transparency mode on. It's just there because I like to hear people. So I usually get about 7 hours of playtime or listening time with them before they start saying, hey, charge the battery low. And speaking of charging the battery low, if you hear that, you should just immediately pull them babies out and slap them in that case, because you got 5 minutes tops. That's how long you have until you have to charge them, because they'll just shut off, guaranteed within 5 minutes. So you can listen to media with one earbud in, and you can use transparency mode at the same time. What? With one earbud? Holy cow, I didn't think this was possible, Sennheiser. Sorry, backing up. My point is that I can put one earbud in and it doesn't matter which side, and I can have transparency mode on or off. I can pause, play, and I love that. I think it's really necessary when I'm at home in my house talking to my wife or my kid or whatever the case may be, and I just want to be able to hear out of both ears without having to take the earbud out. So I appreciate the ability to use transparency mode with one earbud in. I really do. Okay, so let's talk about touch controls. I'm gonna throw up the touch control area right here on the screen, somewhere in this area, and I have a complaint. It's just a small one. It's minor. I want to be able to customize my controls. It's really, 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 really simple. Since I can compare these to the Sennheisers, where I can customize my controls, I want the ability to do that. And not this tiny, oh, you can kind of change. No. I want full granular control over customization on touch controls. That's what I want. That's what I want. And I will tell you why. Because when I am on the job site and somebody is trying to talk to me, or when I'm in my house, or whatever the case may be, when I'm somewhere and someone's talking to me, and I just want to be able to turn the transparency mode on with one tap, no matter what ear it is. I mean, obviously I'd set it for one ear. You like this one right here on the Sennheisers, you just tap it once, and then boom, transparency mode kicks on. Everything stops playing. You can have a conversation with somebody. When you turn the transparency mode back off, boom, transparency mode shuts off, ANC kicks back in, and now I can have my audio, whatever the crap I'm listening to, play in my ears again. On the Samsung ones, it is not like that. You have to press and hold, though I do like the fact that I can do it with both earbuds. You have to tap and hold to get the ANC to turn on or off. But Jordan, I hear you say, you can just use this nifty little thing called voice control or something like that. What's it called? Let me look. Voice detection. Took me a second to figure that out. Wow. You could just use voice detection to quickly turn your stuff off and on quickly. And to that I say, yes, that's a great idea. I actually think that is an amazing thing that they put into the software of the earbuds. But in practice, it only works about 50% of the time. And that's not enough percentage for me. I need like 90% of the time for it to be acceptable. So here's how the voice detection works if you don't know what I'm talking about. It's really simple. If I talk, the earbud knows that it's me. Don't ask me how. Knows I'm talking. Turns down the volume of whatever I'm listening to. Turns on transparency mode and lets me have a conversation with whoever I'm having a conversation with. Awesome idea. Super duper awesome. You even have the ability to change how long this process is happening. Like you can have it last for 30 seconds, 15 seconds, and I think there's a 20-second one. Seriously, I really like this Samsung. However, in practice, it doesn't work smoothly. For example, if I'm talking and me and one of the people I'm working with has a conversation, the moment I stop talking, this timer starts. And then if that timer reaches 0, it turns everything back on, whether that be, music and ANC, all that stuff gets turned back on, which is okay. I understand this is how it's supposed to work. But then when I start talking again, I want it to start. I need it to stop. I need, and I like the fact that I can extend how long the duration of this program is, like how long it takes, 30 seconds, 15 seconds, or whatever. But even if I'm in that countdown cycle of that 30-second land, sometimes it still doesn't recognize that it's me who's talking. Sorry, microphone. It still doesn't recognize that it's me who's talking, and it will just keep on going. Or if the ANC thing turns back on and the voice detection has gone through its cycle, I have to wait a few seconds for that cycle to kick back in. It just doesn't automatically happen. And so I love this idea. I love voice detection. I think it is an amazingly great idea. It's just implemented not amazingly great. So I see this as a simple software update. And I want this to be updated before I made this video. But it just hasn't been, and so yeah, could work great, kind of doesn't. On to the next thing. All right, here is my number one biggest complaint about these earbuds, and it's gonna sound like a really stupid one, but this is important to me. If I take out the earbud, does not matter which one, if I take it out, I want my music to stop playing. That's it. I want to stop listening to whatever it is that I'm listening to. It is extremely convenient to pull an earbud out and then just have everything stop. I don't have to pause anything. I don't have to worry about anything. It just stops. I'll tell you why this is convenient. It's convenient because it's kind of a pain in the ass to pause the music and turn on the transparency mode or turn it off with the Samsung earbuds. It takes like 3 or 4 seconds. Like, I know this kind of sounds first world problem-y. It is first world problem-y. However, when someone comes into my kitchen, I use my kitchen and my work stuff because these are the places where I do stuff and listen to music. So when someone comes into my kitchen, my wife wants to have a conversation with me. I'm in the kitchen, I'm doing work. She starts talking. I don't want to go boop, boop, and then be able to hear her. I just want to take the goddamn earbud out, and then music stops, and then I can have a conversation. And then when we're done talking about whatever it is that we're talking about, I can take that earbud and put it right back in my ear, and everything kicks back in. Music starts playing, a podcast, audiobook, whatever it is, starts playing, and ANC kicks back on. It should do that. These do that. Right there. Perfectly fine. Perfect. They work perfect that way. I love it. But the Samsung earbuds don't do that. So if that's a deal breaker for you, then you know not to get those. It's not a deal breaker for me. It's just an annoyance, and it's the one thing for me that I really dislike. So despite all of my complaints and the things that I think could be improved and how I feel about it or whatever, at the end of the day, I paid roughly $240-ish for these earbuds. And I will say that I would do it again. I think that they did earn the money this time, mainly because they're super comfortable and because there's just, they sound good. But they beat the Sennheisers in sound. That's it. It's that simple. It really boiled out to those things. The other stuff I can completely deal with. I really can. So yeah, it's that I recommend them. Hell, if you can get them on sale, I really recommend them. I bet you that you could find them probably for like $150 sometimes. $150 to $200. Absolutely, I think that they're worth your money if you're willing to buy in this price class of earbuds. So yeah. If you like what I do here, like, comment, subscribe. Much appreciated. If you want to help the channel grow and become, better self-sustaining so I can put out more videos like this, you could always join the channel membership. I suck sometimes, if I'm being honest, about being able to keep up content coming out. So really, it's just kind of one of those situations. I just need to forewarn everybody that some days, some months, I just ain't gonna put anything out because I don't have much I can say, or I got really busy like between now and the last video. Life just became hectic and busy, and there was no amount of time for me to sit down and actually record this video. So anyways, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. If I have some bloopers, they're gonna go up right here. Thanks, guys. All right, we are recording. Holy shit, it's been a minute. That's going to have to go at the end of the video. Me recording weird. Okay, so I'm going to read this script real fast and make sure that I understand what I'm going to talk about. It's about a specific set of earbuds. So let's go. All right, so after you've done all that, let's take a second to appreciate the case. So this case has a rubber-like feel to it. I already forgot the whole entire script, the whole entire section that I got to here. This is where I got to. I guess I'll go back and read it again.